You felt it, haven't you? That tug in your chest. A quiet ache. A presence that lingers even in absence. The angels say, you were not brought into this person's life by chance. You were sent. A divine whisper guided you onto their path, just when their soul began to crumble. And it's not because you needed them. No. It's because they needed you. They needed your tenderness when all they knew was hardness. Your light, when they forgot the sky still had stars. Your voice, when silence had become overwhelmingly loud. This isn't just attraction. This isn't just affection. You are the missing note in a song they didn't even know was unfinished. The angels reveal, this person was drifting, until your presence awakened something ancient within them. A memory of peace. Of home. Love that doesn't demand. Love that simply exists. You might wonder why it feels so burdensome to carry this connection. It's because your soul remembers what your mind cannot explain. You didn't choose this role. But heaven did. You were chosen to stand at the edge of someone's storm and become their shelter. To see their shadows and still reach for them with eyes full of compassion. To walk into their ruins and speak renewal. The angels say, you are the miracle they never prayed for, but received. Do not doubt your significance. Even your silence heals. Even your presence changes the course of events. And though you may not yet see the full picture, the heavens do. You are part of a sacred mission. One heart healing another. This isn't romance. It's redemption. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. She thinks it's about her. That maybe she wasn't enough. That maybe she gave too much. But the truth, whispered by the angels, is this: he was already broken before she arrived. There are places in him still bleeding. Places that have forgotten what it feels like to be seen without being judged. To be wanted without being needed. To be held without the threat of abandonment. The angels show me a boy, long before he became a man. A boy who learned that love could vanish. That vulnerability meant punishment. That silence was safer than truth. And so he built walls, not to keep others out, but to keep himself in. And then, she appeared. You. You with your wild softness. With your holy patience. With your terrifying sincerity. And suddenly, the walls trembled. Not because you pushed, but because you didn't. You simply stayed. You saw him. You didn't flinch. And that was terrifying to him. He is not distant because he doesn't care. He is distant because you touched the wound he spent years avoiding. You are not his fear. You are the mirror. She's too good, he tells himself. She'll leave too, he whispers at night. And so before you can go, he runs first. But the angels say, each time he pushes you away, it's his way of saying, please don't give up on me. This isn't about you being less. It's about him believing he's not worthy of more. Stay grounded in that truth. What hurts isn't rejection. What hurts is watching someone refuse the very love that could heal them. And you, beautiful soul, are not here to save him. You are here to witness his becoming, without losing yourself in his delay. You were never meant to disappear to be loved. Never meant to dim to be safe. The angels speak softly now, close to your heart. You are allowed to choose yourself, even while loving deeply. Yes, he carries pain. Yes, his healing is holy. But so is your joy. So is your peace. This connection was never meant to break you. It was meant to reveal the places where you forgot your own light. Where you began sacrificing wholeness for closeness. You've been so good at holding space for others. But when was the last time you held yourself? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, I matter too? I get to be chosen, even by me. You have poured and poured and poured. And now your soul whispers, let me rest. This is not selfishness. This is sacred preservation. The divine never asked you to burn out to keep someone else warm. And the truth is, He will feel your absence when you return to yourself. Because your energy is rare. Because your presence was never loud, but always felt. The angels say, let him miss you. Let him notice the silence where your love used to speak. You are not abandoning him. You are returning to you. And that is the most powerful thing you could ever do. Care for your body the way you've cared for his wounds. Speak to your heart the way you've spoken life into his darkness. Because one day, he may return. But when he does, let him meet a woman who never had to leave herself to be loved. He thought he was in control. That no one could touch the places he hid. Until you walked in, and without trying, you held up a mirror. The angels whisper, she didn't expose his darkness. She illuminated it. Your love didn't point fingers. It pointed inward. And that's what terrified him most. You see, when someone has spent years wearing masks, being truly seen feels like a threat, not a blessing. You didn't just see his smile. You saw the sorrow behind it. You saw the questions behind the silence. And suddenly, he couldn't lie to himself anymore. You became the reflection of who he could be, but also of who he was too afraid to become. And so he pulled away, not because of you, but because of the truth you carry in your gaze. The angels say, your presence forces him to confront the version of himself he left behind. He may call it overwhelming. He may name it too much. But deep down he knows, it's his soul responding to yours. Your light has a frequency he can't tune out. And no matter how far he runs, he still feels the echo of your love in every mirror he avoids. But remember this, you were not sent to fix him. You were sent to reveal. Let the reflection stand. Let him meet his own eyes in your light. And if he chooses to become who he was meant to be, it will be because your love reminded him of what's possible. Something is shifting. Can you feel it? The air around him carries a different weight. The silence isn't as cold. The distance isn't as final. The angels lean in and speak. He is beginning to see what he once refused to feel. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. But it's real. A text he almost sent. A photo he didn't delete. A memory he relives in secret. The awakening has begun, not because you chased him, but because you stopped. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped proving your worth. You returned to your peace. And in that stillness, he felt the void where your presence used to be. Not as punishment, but as permission. Permission to feel. Permission to remember. Permission to want more than survival. The angels show him pacing in thought, touching old wounds with new eyes. Noticing how the way you loved him didn't just comfort, it called him higher. He's not ready to say it aloud. But he knows, you are not like the rest. He dreams of you now. Not just with his mind, but with his soul. And in those quiet moments between sleep and waking, he hears your name not as a memory, but as a prayer. It has begun. The unraveling. The return. And the angels are guiding it all. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 He comes. He vanishes. And you're left asking the same question. If he feels it, why does he run? The angels sigh with compassion. Because they see it clearly. He's not running from you. He's running from the part of him that still believes love means danger. Each time he inches closer, the truth of your connection confronts him like a wave, and instead of surrendering, he flinches. It's not rejection. It's protection. Of the boy inside him who was once told that closeness equals pain. The angels say, there's a rhythm to his resistance. And you were never meant to fight it. Only to understand it. This isn't about your worth. This isn't about effort. It's a soul unraveling its armor, one layer at a time. And yes, the back and forth hurts. Because your heart wants certainty. But his heart still fears the cost of opening. He disappears to forget. Then returns to remember. Because no matter how long he stays away, He can't unfeel what you awakened in him. There's a sacred tension here. The longing versus the fear. The pull versus the pause. And you, dear soul, you've danced through it with grace. The angels ask you now, not to wait, but to flow. Let his absence teach you presence. Let his silence teach you stillness. When he returns again, and he will, he'll find a love that never begged, but always believed. He doesn't say it. Not in words. But the way his voice softens when he speaks your name in thought, it says everything. The angels whisper, your love is healing him in places no one ever reached. Not through grand gestures. Not through declarations. But in the quiet ways you held space. In how you saw past his chaos and met the boy behind the armor. He doesn't know how to name this kind of love. Because it doesn't demand. It doesn't control. It just stays. And in a world where everything has conditions, your presence felt like medicine. There were nights he cried without reason, but your energy wrapped around him like prayer. There were mornings he woke up braver, without knowing your soul had been interceding for his in silence. This love doesn't fix. It reveals. It doesn't chase. It invites. And it's working. Slowly, surely. It's working. The angels show him starting to soften. To question his own limitations. To dream in color again. He won't tell you yet. But he feels it. He feels you. In the way his breath steadies at the thought of you. In how his chest tightens when he recalls what he almost lost. This is the kind of love that doesn't need proof. Because its proof is in the transformation. And you, beloved soul, you are not just part of his story. You are the chapter that turned the page. Even when nothing seems to change, everything is being moved. The angels want you to feel that. To trust it. Even now. You've questioned the timing. The delays. The silences that stretch like unanswered prayers. But heaven has no urgency. Only precision. The angels say, God is weaving threads you cannot yet see. And every thread leads back to you. There are no accidents in divine love. Every detour, every pause, was a necessary redirection, a clearing of the old so the new could arrive pure. This person, so often lost in their own fears, is not lost to the heavens. They are being guided, shaped, prepared. And you are being refined too. Not punished. Chosen. Your patience is not wasted. It's sacred currency. The angels reveal, there is a moment approaching where this person will feel an undeniable pull, not from desire, but from destiny. They will not understand it fully, but their soul will. Their feet will move before their mind agrees. Because divine timing is never late. It is aligned. And you are both standing on the edge of what has always been written. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. There is a door inside him. Old. Rusted. Sealed shut for years. And now, your presence is the knock he can't ignore. But to open it would mean letting light touch what he's hidden. Letting your love see the parts he calls unlovable. That terrifies him. The angels say, he longs to let you in. But the last time he opened that door, he lost more than he was ready to lose. This is not indifference. It's defense. This is not rejection. It's retreat. There's a trembling in his spirit. A wanting so deep it aches, but to say it out loud would be to risk everything he has built to protect himself. He watches you. Not to measure your love, but to see if it's safe enough to fall. He loves you in secret. In the way he remembers your voice at night. In the way he replays your words when no one is around. But the leap into full vulnerability requires a courage he is still summoning. The angels show his hands hovering near that door, wanting, hesitating. Because once it opens, he knows, nothing can be the same. Let him move at the pace of healing. Let him choose honesty over performance. And if the door opens, it will be because he felt no pressure, only peace. The angels are softening his fears, unlearning his defenses. And you, dear soul, are the invitation he never expected, but always needed. There comes a moment when the heart no longer resists, not because it no longer fears, but because it finally understands. Some loves are not meant to be figured out, only felt. The angels whisper now with quiet reverence, release the need to control what is already written in the stars. You have done enough. You have waited with grace. You have loved without forcing. And now, the only thing left is surrender. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving over to something greater than timing, than logic, than circumstance. You were never meant to make this love happen. You were meant to allow it, to trust it, to become the version of yourself that no longer waits in fear, but rests in knowing. He may come. He may stay. He may finally speak what has always burned in his chest. Or he may still be learning how to love the way you love. Either way, you are whole. You are radiant. You are free. This connection has already fulfilled part of its purpose. It woke you up. To your light. To your depth. To your worth. The angels say, nothing that is truly yours will ever need to be chased. It will return. It will rise. It will recognize you. Let go now. Not in sadness. In sovereignty. Your hands are open. Your heart is ready. And what belongs to you will always find its way home. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14.